Well, thanks for visiting us this morning at KTALnews.com. I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Friday morning forecast update. This is day 3 of 4 potential severe weather outbreaks here in the ArkLaTex. I do not like the looks of today at all, so everybody needs to be on high alert this afternoon, this evening. Storm Prediction Center, they have us in that level 4 outlook, especially along and north of Interstate 20. That means we're going to see some significant severe weather here, including some damaging wind gusts that could be in excess of 70 miles per hour. We could see a few strong and long track tornadoes. These are tornadoes that could be on the ground for several counties here in the northern ArkLaTex and EF2 plus in string. So those would bring wind speeds over 110 miles per hour and some large hail, a quarter to golf ball sized. And there is nothing holding these storms back today. Sometimes that's an issue we run into here in the ArkLaTex. We have a lot of limiting factors that can sometimes prevent these storms from forming. That is not the case today. I've pretty much gone with high risk of just about everything today. High winds, tornadoes, large hail, as well as flooding. And looks like those storms will begin this afternoon, likely continue through at least sunset. Mentioned those strong tornadoes and getting to the point here after a couple days of heavy rain that if we add any more, we'll probably begin to see some flash flood warnings. Easily can see a lot of areas pick up 2 to 3 inches of rain, if not more, with some of the storms today. And as we've been saying throughout the week, especially with that potential to see some long track and strong tornadoes today, if you're in a mobile home, make plans to be somewhere else when that tornado watch is issued later this afternoon, whether it's relatives in town, staying at a hotel, or business in town that will let you stay with them, or if you have a community shelter. But again, a day like today, do not want to shelter in a mobile home, as those storms will really be widespread and pretty significant once we get into the afternoon. So we have this area of low pressure back here in the southwest. That's going to be rolling towards us today. That is going to add an incredible amount of wind shear in the atmosphere, and we already have this front here. This front alone can be a trigger for the storms. It is extremely warm, extremely humid, so all the parameters are there for severe weather. And once this low gets here, it is going to add some significant wind shear. Of course, wind shear is what gives those severe storms their strength and able to sustain themselves. And to get a lot of wind shear, you typically get tornadoes. So that's why we have that tornado threat later today. I actually do have a severe thunderstorm watch in effect this morning just for McCurtain County as that warm front is lifting to the north here. We're in the 50s, so the storms that pop up along this warm front as it scoots to the north this morning could produce some large hail, especially up towards McCurtain County, where the high will be in the 70s. That warm front will clear the entire region this afternoon. That's why we're confident there will be severe weather. You get temperatures in the 70s and 80s. It's very conducive to those severe weather events. And you can see once again that just another look at the map here is we're in that level 4 risk for severe weather today. So taking a look at your Robbins Toyota Futurecast, it does show the storms coming close to McCurtain County this morning, but things should be pretty quiet until about 2 or 3 p.m. this afternoon. So your morning plans are just fine in most areas, but once we hit the afternoon, you'll see those storms really begin to move in about 3 or 4 p.m. here. And again, these storms will be pretty slow moving tonight. That's why we could see some heavy rain. And I do expect some of these will probably linger past sunset before they fall apart overnight. But unfortunately, we're not done with this severe weather. We have a elevated risk for severe thunderstorms tomorrow as well. We could see some hail again with the morning storms here north of I-30. But once we get into the afternoon and evening, that warm front will start to push southeast as a cold front. So all the ingredients will be there maybe for a level 3 enhanced risk. I wouldn't be surprised if the Storm Prediction Center had a level 4 issued sometime within the next day or two for some areas here, maybe east of Interstate 49, but it is going to be a significant threat for severe storms again tomorrow. So let me run you through the next 2 days. This is our in-house model. I just wanted to show you how that handles today, and you can see it does show similar storm timing for the mid to late afternoon here, and then it kind of scoots that initial round of storms through before midnight tonight. Here comes some possible severe weather tomorrow morning, so we could definitely see a push of severe storms early in the day on Saturday, but this is the main event here. You can see those storms popping up. Warmest part of the day will likely be in the 70s tomorrow, and that will be enough to trigger some of these scattered showers and storms going into Saturday night. Severe weather threat should come to an end some point Saturday evening or Saturday night, but we are expecting maybe another 3 to 5 inches of rain and probably more some of these areas in the northern ArkLaTex, so there will be some flooded roads. Rivers will start coming up at this point as well. We're still under that flood watch until Sunday morning. Nobody new added to that, but it is again as far south as the Arkansas state line, as well as Cass County in Texas. And look at the 7-day. Boy, do we need some sunshine, and we have it coming back probably during the day on Sunday. Cooler on Sunday. We'll actually be in the 50s for most of the day there, but it's looking terrific next week. Some much needed dry weather Monday through Friday. We start the week in the 60s and wind up in the 80s by the end of the week.